I mentioned it literally is 4:20 on 4:20, so I'm watching the wires because you never know what is going to happen.
We're going to get interrupted in any second here.
Yeah. Look, interesting when this story broke, you tweeted something interesting that I want to ask you about. You said, quote, "I love the idea of Elon Musk buying Twitter, but I fear he spent about as much time thinking through the really complex challenges of how to fix it as most people do their fantasy football lineup." So do you think his interest and intent is legit and real?
I do. And, the guy's landed rockets in the middle of the ocean, so I shouldn't think that any challenge would be too hard for him to take on. But I do think a lot of people undercount how hard and how complex both free speech, abuse, management of a platform like that is. And I think it's easy to think about taking it over relative to the actual complexities of managing it, for sure. But I do think he's serious.
Are you in favor of him buying it?
Yeah, I mean, in general, yes. I think, Twitter has become one of the most valuable platforms in the world for dialogue. I think he believes a lot in free speech and the value of that, and he sees it. He uses it every day, and I think talks about the value he sees. But I think he's frustrated by the drama and dysfunction on the board that a lot of us see, from the board to the execs to employees. I think there's been drama throughout the history of the company, unfortunately.
Kind of surprised to hear you say yes, only because it seems to be the narrative is that, Twitter wants to give him the Heisman, right? That they don't want any part of him, that employees don't want Elon to end up buying the company. It's interesting to me, as a former executive who knows this company better than most anybody, says it would be in better hands with him.
Yeah, I don't want to downplay how hard, again, these things are, and I think the team there has good intentions. But I think the company is, in the 8 years or whatever since I've left, the company has gone through a lot of turmoil. It's still not any more valuable than it was as a company back then, around $40 a share, even though it's become one of the most valuable platforms in the world. And I think it's ready for a shakeup. There needs to be some bold changes made, and that's not going to happen in the scrutiny of the public market. Someone needs to take it private, and I think he can be the right person to do it.
So you think that's the best strategy, regardless of whether it's Elon or somebody else, that Twitter should be a private company rather than public?
I think so. I think there's major overhauls that need to happen there. And I think, unfortunately, trying to do that in the public market and with the quarterly drumbeat, it's just really, really hard to make some of those bold decisions.
What do you do to fix it, right? Why are we in this predicament? Why is Twitter in this predicament? What's it a result of? It can't be all about drama. Is there lack of execution, lack of ideas, lack of something, some spark to grow users? What's the problem?
It's definitely not lack of ideas. I mean, a lot of the stuff they're rolling out today have been talked about and bandied around the company for 10 plus years. So it's not that the ideas aren't there. There's a lot of really smart, hardworking people that are there as well. I think Parag is the 5th CEO in the history of the company, and not a very long history of the company. And I think you need consistency of leadership and a kind of moral compass and a leadership compass to be able to, in fact, move some of these changes into place around censorship and content moderation. It's very hard to do. And when people are switching around at the CEO level, which then means executives and employees below that are also switching out, it becomes really hard to make any of those changes happen. And so I think that drama, while seeming maybe to be a small thing, is actually really, really important in what's been holding the company back. And again, I think it goes from the board all the way down to individual employees. I mean, we have a board there that very few of them even use the product beyond that. And so how are they the ones helping be the stewards of the company?